Wrapping up Wednesday night, working on the 540 a little bit of prep work here before some paint. Started up front, pulled out the kidney grills. As I predicted, I broke more tabs, so those went in the trash. I have new ones inside. Roundel came off, it's dated 2014. I didn't replace it, but obviously someone has. But it's getting replaced again with the grommets. We're gonna re-PPF the headlights. I pulled out the washer hose harness, which was perfect and original, and I broke it removing it. I have a new one inside, I saw that coming. Same thing with the nozzles, so that's all junk. Then you've got these little trims that go from like here to here on the corner of the hood. So I pulled those off, I've got replacements as well. Same thing for the hood insulation. So hood's kind of all stripped down and ready for paint. And I just taped up the little handle here so they don't get overspray on that. I don't know if they're gonna want me to remove the headlights and or the front bumper so they can blend into this fender. That's gonna be a question I'll have to ask. Give my guy a call tomorrow and see. Windshield seal came out, which killed me because that was in perfect condition and new, and the prices on those is just skyrocketing, but I've got another one inside. We'll be replacing that. Same thing with the sunroof gasket around that perimeter. I've already prepped all this, glugoned it, it's all clean, ready for paint. These things came off, they were weak, they were loose, they were broken and missing clips, and then the little butt piece that goes back here on the right side is missing. So and you can't buy that separately, so I gotta see if I have one or if Adam can sell me one. They're gonna blend all the way out because this clear coat shot, and then there's awful tape line here. So, and then there's clear coat failure. So maybe they may end up doing the whole A-pillar and just wrapping it down under the seals inside the door jambs, I'm not sure. Rear window gasket came out, got cleaned, pulled the trunk struts off. I'm gonna replace those again since they're so cheap and now all the grease is gone. Trunk is pretty much stripped. I have no reason to remove these badges because I'm replacing the trunk lid with a donor. That is over there. So this stuff can stay, but just one bolt holding it in. I don't want to try to take this off by myself. I'll drop it on the quarter panel, cause a bunch of damage. But it's out, wiring harness is out. I had to cut the old grommet off. I have a new one that I'm gonna be replacing from, the trunk lid into the body. And I found 3 wires in here. Everything works, but underneath that tape, it's exposed insulation and looks like it's been pinched and kinked. So that was going to fail eventually. Obviously we'll make that repair now, tape all this up and put it in the new grommet. Trunk's a bit of a mess with all the parts. I mulched the license plate lights, getting them out. I have new ones. This I replaced 6 weeks ago and removed it very carefully, and the tab broke. I don't understand why these are so freaking fragile. So we've got a new one of those on the way. I guess the parts I'm replacing that I didn't anticipate replacing is that light. I'm gonna do this little black screw receptor here just because it looks pretty fragile, and I actually use the trunk toolkit fairly frequently, so, and it's $2, so we'll get a new one of those. We're gonna reuse the latch. What else am I doing? The trunk struts I mentioned, and then the little side grill extensions, as they're called, for the cowl that are like under here. Those are cheap enough, and they just don't go in and out very well. They're so delicate. So we'll have some new parts coming in tomorrow. But tomorrow we'll continue work. We'll get the other trunk lid installed, and I guess the trunk struts can go on because I'm not going to have them do anything on the inside. I picture the new paint coming to about here. Just wrap it around. If they want to go over this little weld seam, then fine, that can be done. It doesn't have to look perfect on the inside. I just want it better on the outside. And I'm really not looking forward to door handle removal. That's 4 door panels again, but more importantly, the vapor barriers, the speakers, the modules, maybe the windows and regulators and latches. I'm not sure. This is like the first thing put in the door. It's so frustrating. And I've already replaced all those black little nibs in there, so I'm gonna have to order those, which I'm just realizing now, and those are gonna come from Germany. Shoot, so we gotta get those on order. Oh, and up front, I have a set of headlight trims, these pieces that go under the headlights. So we might as well have those painted and install them when the lights are out for getting refilmed. But this was just the last few hours of the day. It's just after 10 o'clock. I'm gonna head back here in a minute. Steven was with the Cars and Bids crew for dinner, and he's on his way back to the house too. But I spent a couple hours on the phone with this owner today from Arizona, the Blue Water 2002. Sounds like we've got, I think I've got a pretty good idea of what he wants out of the car. So I've been working on writing that estimate. I've got a couple more hours to go in there. But hopefully we'll get something approved and I can order parts before vacation here at the end of the week. And then Alan got a nice push on anthracite today on the Sterling that's outside, just a bunch of work across the board. And I'm gonna be test driving the Sterling M5 tonight and tomorrow. This one here from Colorado, just to see how everything came out, check the alignment, steer a head angle, tire balance, suspension work. So final testing here before delivery. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm gonna move some cars around, go home, get some rest. Already Thursday, feels like Monday night. Week is flying. Talk to you guys tomorrow. I have chosen the wrong highway to get home. I put a little bit of gas in this car, and that means I need about half a mile of California 78 East to merge with the 15. I'm probably 200 feet from the 15 merger, but 8 fire trucks and now 9 police cars have gone by me. We've been stopped here for about 15 minutes. I can't be too upset about it because I'd much rather be back here in a very comfortable car than in an ambulance, maybe fighting for my life tonight. I don't know. That's kind of my takeaway. An inconvenience, yes, but it could be a lot worse. So without rubbernecking, I am curious to see just what's going on up here. The windshield is dirty, my camera lenses are dirty, but there's a lot of lights and a lot of action, I guess. I don't think I'm going to be able to take 15, so we're going to have to go through Escondido, work our way back over. Off the road, car parts all over the place. Jesus. Hope everybody's okay.